Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy that you could be here for this shift. We're going to have a pranayama per day, and we're going to start off with Ujjayi pranayama. Ujjayi means to conquer, so it's a very victorious breath, and it should leave you feeling empowered, light, and able to take on the day. But before I do any breath practice, and this is probably my most used essential oil, it's peppermint. So the peppermint for me, just it is a ritual, but it also opens up the vascularity in the throat, in the nose, and it's a cooling, energizing sensation. So I take, you know, usually I'll use my non-dominant finger because if you put peppermint on your finger and then later you rub your eyes, you're definitely going to know it. So I put a little bit on my finger, rub it on the mustache, and a little bit on the nose. So after I put on a drop or two, I'll just close the eyes, inhale, exhale. And you'll immediately feel this expansion in the lung tissues and expansion in the area of the nasal cavity. So let's get started with the basics. The seat. It's an easy seat, but man, it doesn't feel easy. For me, I like to sit on a blanket, maybe a bolster, something that elevates the seat just a little bit. Make sure it's firm, so you don't want to sit on like a really thick, cushiony type pillow, something that has some firmness to it. And once you get seated, you can cross the legs and just put the hands on the knees and notice where you're at. Now, in modern times, we all have this forward facing, chin down, roundness to the back. Maybe it's from too much tech, or maybe it's from too much computerizing. Whatever it is, we're going to try to work the opposite. So we're going to try to pull the chest up and try to stack the head over the heart and the heart over the pelvis. So pull the chest forward, pull the shoulders down, and open the chest slightly. Pull the head almost like you're pulling the head straight up and push the chin back a little bit. This may feel very unnatural, but once you practice it just a little bit, you'll feel this sensation of like regality. Usually I have the hands on the knees, and this gives you a good position to pull the chest forward if you have to, and it kind of gives you a good guide if the body really starts weeping during the practice or during the meditation. You'll no longer be grabbing the knees, and maybe your forearms will be touching the knees, or maybe if it really starts getting bad, your elbows might be on your knees. It's like a alarm system. If I feel my knees start touching my forearms or my elbows, I'm like, sit up straight. So now that we have that, we have a nice open area so we can work into the diaphragm. So let's go over briefly some of the benefits of the Ujjayi breath. So you're stimulating the thyroid gland. So if you have any kind of thyroid issues, you might have this is a really good kind of detoxifying and stimulating of the thyroid area. All the tiny little tissues and the vascularity in this area, because you're vibrating in the throat chakra. Increase oxygen exchange. So the more oxygen we start pulling in, the better we're going to feel. For me, it's really helped with my self-expression. So it gives me this ability to hear my sound and feel comfortable with my sound and be able to project. I'm going to speak from personal experience also. It gives this mental and physical richness. it's hard to explain, but once you get in there and you start feeling um, this internal sensation, uh, it's it's just a richness. It's a particular flavor that doesn't exist in the outside world. Word of warning: this is a powerful breath technique, and if you're not used to any breath techniques, take it easy. There is no winning or losing here. We're all on different paths, and we're all on different areas of the path. So if you just be truthful to yourself, give yourself, the effort that it desires, and you're going to get the return that you want. So if you feel faint, or if you feel short of breath, or you just need to stop for whatever reason, um, just gently open the eyes. Make sure that you're not disoriented. If you have to, lay down, or just sit in stillness and then catch back up with us. So let's begin. Ujjayi pranayama. Sit in your easy seat, hands on your knees, spine straight as possible. We're going to open the mouth, and we're going to pretend like we're fogging up a mirror. Inhale and exhale through the mouth. Continue fogging up this mirror. And you're going to notice that there's a restriction in the throat. So it feels like you're narrowing the airway and causing this slight vibration in the throat. It's also said to be called a Darth Vader breath. So it should make a formidable sound. Now we're going to continue that, but we're going to begin to slowly close the mouth. Now completely close the mouth. So we're breathing through the nose now, but we're keeping that vibration. We're keeping that oceanic sound coming from the throat. It's not coming from the nose, it's not coming from the head, it's all coming from the throat chakra. So now that we have the breath, we're going to close the eyes, and we're going to roll the eyes up and in to the spiritual center, the third eye. Try to lock this focus. You can have the hands on the knees. Spine is straight. We're breathing with the diaphragm. So make sure that the breath on the inhale, the stomach is extending, and on the exhale, the stomach is pulling in. Inhale. Very conscious movement from the diaphragm area. So the stomach muscles are being pulled in. Think about the navel trying to touch the spine. We're elongating the breath to maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds inhale, 3, 4, 5 seconds exhale. So it's an equal inhale, equal exhale. And it should be rhythmic. There's at no point you should notice where you're holding your breath. It should sound like an ocean wave coming up and down. Very smooth transitions. So let's give it a try. Hands on the knees, close the eyes, roll the eyes up and in, focus, spiritual eye. Gently bring the breath back to a normal inhale, normal exhale without the restriction. Sit in stillness. Notice a very dim, distant light, almost like a star. Very far away. With this victorious breath, you travel closer. Within this space, the darkness becomes translucent. Feel warmth surrounding you. You begin to travel towards the light. And like a moth to a flame, you are drawn to the light. Begin to float without gravity. Within this impossible pressure. This becoming feeling. As we become closer, we notice that the light is an opening. In this chamber of contentment. Our wonder draws us closer. Very distant echoes of voices, murmurs, guide you. Fluidly, you float, suspended, moving towards the opening. You're almost there. Incredible columns of light. As you breach the confines of darkness, you are enveloped in absolute love. Wrapped around your entire body, your entire form. You notice you're in a hospital. Gently blink the eyes open. Extend this complete motherly love into your practice and into your day. Namaste.